you with us? Time to take us home, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob.
Okay. Home improvements with the lowest return on investment, right? If you're going to do something to your house, you want to get your money out.
Yeah, so what I want to approach this as is none of these are necessarily bad in themselves.
Right.
There's a dynamic and a conversation that I have with clients is there's return on investment when you're putting money into your home, and then there's your own use and enjoyment. And I don't want to diminish either, but you need to be very intentional about which category or a combination of what you're putting your money into. Is it your own use and enjoyment?
Sure.
Or is it more to resell, improve the value? And there's a continuum of that, but there is a distinction, right?
Are these in any particular order? Or
Yeah,
no?
I have the top 5, starting with 5 down to 1, and number 1 is the worst return on investment in my opinion. So we'll start with 5. How does that sound?
Start with 5. Very good.
So high-end window treatments. Again, I love them. The mini blinds embedded in the window that you can slide. I was in a house that the valances had to be 5 figures on each window. Gorgeous, elaborate material. They add a lot. You're never going to get your money dollar for dollar back. I shouldn't say never. Never is a strong word. But typically, you're not going to get, tens of thousands of dollars back in your home in central Minnesota. There's exceptions to every rule. But just be conscious when you're doing this. Again, your own use and enjoyment.
So the person that put those in is enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Right?
And they're beautiful.
Of course, yeah. Okay, what is the best addition to put on?
Home additions, again, that's one of those things, and those were very popular in COVID, needing more room.
Oh, sure.
Again, great idea. A sunroom, something like that, adds more space, but the cost is not going. If you're going to spend $70,000 to $100,000, it probably isn't going to improve your property value by 6 figures, right? So it's something just to be conscious of when you're doing a home addition, what you're doing, and make sure that you're I'm doing this because I want this sunroom, I want this space, I will, a reading room or whatever that is, sauna, whatever. I'm enjoying this. It's for my recreation use, not necessarily to improve the value of my home.
Yeah, and again, these are some things that you would not normally do if you're planning on putting your house in the market next week.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
I want one. I want a pool really big
Number
time.
3, a pool are great. People want pools, and we're coming on the time of year where people will buy homes solely for the pool, right?
For the 3 days out of the year you can use it.
Absolutely. But again, it's one of those things, and this is where it gets to be a little controversial because people love pools. I love pools. They are great. I'm just looking at it in the context of this conversation. If it costs $70,000 to $80,000 to put in a pool, does it improve your home's value by that much? Maintenance,
filling that baby up, paying that water bill. Are you kidding me?
Again, I don't want to belittle them. They are great. People love them.
I love them.
In Minnesota, there's limited use, but that's got to be an intentional. I'm going to make memories with my family and enjoy it versus improving the value of my house.
Okay, I am not going to talk to you about my neighbors who will not allow me to swim in their pool because the legal thing is still pending. No. What about tech and theater room and the sport court, the golf simulator, all that stuff?
So I was just in a home last week that they renovated their home, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is a high-end home, so it does add value. But he converted a basement into a movie, tiered seating. What he told me he had into it was mind-blowing in the wiring and the technique. It was a full-fledged movie/kids gaming, like high-tech. It was insane, Bob. It was one of the craziest things I've seen. It was awesome. It does not improve the value of his house by what he put into it. And he was aware of that. He was fully aware.
But they're going to raise their kids there. Everybody's going to have a great time. Let's come on over. It's Friday night movie night. Bring all the other neighbors in.
Sport court, same thing. Great, love them. Very, very specific cost. Like if you're talking about putting a gymnasium in your house, right? Are you gonna get that back? Now, do they improve the value of your home? Absolutely. probably not dollar for dollar what you're putting into.
You know, and going back to the pool, what a great thing to do, because then all the neighbor kids are going to be at your house and your kids are going to have, it's a really good idea in that perspective. All right, this is the one thing now that has always made me the big question mark, right? Solar panels.
This is the top item, in my opinion, that from a return on investment makes very little sense.
Okay.
I'm not trying to diminish solar panels.
Sure.
But what I've run into customers trying to sell their house, typically they owe large sums. There's a balance on them that eats away at their equity. There can be contracts that are in place that are difficult to understand, transferring. I have seen more detriment in the resale. Let me just put it this way, and someone could debate me. I have yet to have a customer, a buyer, come up to me and say, one of my buyer wants is a house with solar panels.
Gotcha.
Now, do they provide, are they green friendly? Absolutely. They do amazing things. I'll tell you this, the Minnesota Board of Realtors has its own committee trying to put together forms to protect sellers and disclosure to buyers about all the intricacies of the warranties, the commitments. They're very complex, and they usually come with huge balances. Most people don't pay for them. They finances. I had a client a couple years ago that owed $60,000 on his solar panels that he was paying for month by month. He was getting a credit for his, again, he had, if he would have lived in the home 40 years, it probably would have paid for itself and made sense. But it's just one of those things that I'm not against solar panels, but just be cautious. It doesn't necessarily improve the value, return on investment for what they cost.
None of the things that we talked about are anti. You just wanted to point them out.
Absolutely.
I gotcha. All right, Brandon, how do we work with you guys over at VoigtJohnson Real Estate?
At VoigtJohnson.com or 320-774-2400.
Brandon, thank you.
Thank you.